Imagine for a moment you're a VTuber who did a flip on stream and rose to a lot of popularity. And through all of that, you've had your ups and downs as a content creator, and as a VTuber, you get accepted into Mythic Talent, which is a pretty prestigious accomplishment. But during that time, whether or not you were in it at this point, you make a joke about George Floyd being strangled to death. And then after that, you hold a talent show with AI art presented as some of the main winners for the show. And in that very same talent show, despite being reached out to multiple times by people in the community who have had issues with these people, you allow a predator to be in your show and ban the people calling out said predator instead. And after all of that, 2 weeks ago from this video being uploaded, it's discovered that your model was completely free. In fact, it was stolen from somebody illegally, used for your own devices, and you begin a deal with Good Smile Company to sell a figurine of said model. And after 2 weeks of having had this happen, after all of that has been removed, after all of the call-outs to avoid controversy, you have said absolutely nothing in regards to it. Post-editing Irisu here. She actually did say something about it on stream. It was about a one-sentence discussion where she said that she was talking to the artist about the EULA. We don't know what that means. Probably means that she's still going to sell the figurine, but it doesn't change the fact that she should still make a new model and pay somebody actually to make this model, or maybe even the original artist to make her a new model. I don't know, maybe that would help, but either way, yeah, just thought I'd let you know that. Hello everybody, it's just Irisu, and I'm afraid that that was my full spiel on Filian. That's all I have in these first 2 minutes. So, like another content creator, instead of covering the situation in full, because they are also my MCN mate, I will be talking about other things for the remainder of this video. And if you also couldn't tell, I am cosplaying as FalseEyeD today, because this video is not about one idiot VTuber at the top. This is about 2 idiot VTubers at the top. So, where do I even start? Well, I've explained a majority of the situation with Filian. It's no surprise that Filian is a problematic VTuber who rests at the top within Mythic Talent. They won't get rid of her because they make a lot of money off of her. But time and time again, she has proven that she is really stupid. And a lot of people will say, you know, she does this for this and does that for this. I strongly believe that she is just dumb. And this is mostly proven in her joke against George Floyd being strangled to death.
Chat, think about it. I'm not the real streamer, you guys are. You're breathtaking! You're breathtaking! You're all breathtaking! Chat, that was an epic quote from George Floyd.
I don't think she was thinking at all what she was going to be talking about that day. It just happened and came out. But this is a common theme among a lot of VTubers, those from the mid-range all the way to the top. They tend to say things without thinking it through, because improv that you don't think about tends to kind of be funnier, and I get that. But when your improv gets you in a lot of trouble over multiple instances, I think it's about time that you consider what exactly you're on this platform for. I had to think about this one for a long time, and this is why this video has taken a long time to come out, because I don't want to talk about drama, and this was borderline drama, honestly. It did harm an artist involved. They pretty much were going to get nothing from the deal, especially because the model that Filian uses is stolen.
You are so beautiful. I'm so glad that you like this model that I paid $0 for and I'm using for free. So what I did was, I went and ripped the model from VRChat illegally. I uploaded it into some software that I downloaded off the internet, which is the same software I'm still using today. Because I saw this girl DM video. She recommended this software called Luppet. I said, okay, that'll work. So then I did that.
I didn't want to talk about it because Filian is a VTuber much bigger than I am. And so is FalseEyeD. I am a nobody compared to a lot of people. But when it came out that FalseEyeD only covered Filian's story for 2 minutes, because this is a big deal, and he is the type of person to cover even the most dramatic things. It's just so strange, maybe even coincidence, that as an MCN mate, he didn't give this the time of day. I'm not going to sit here and just recap the events of what happened with Filian. I'm sure that you can find a lot of this stuff. I'll just touch on all of the points that I brought up at the beginning. As far as the George Floyd joke, do I think she's racist? No. I think that that was just an edgy joke taken too far, and it shows her intelligence. I think she's really, really stupid, and her stupidity sells. It is just a matter of fact. And I can back up this point because on stream, she admitted stealing and ripping a model, which is theft, and she honestly should have a different model at this point. She's popular enough to be having an artist make her a new one. But aside from the fact that it is illegal to steal people's art, as we seen last month from Small Lola, the fact that she would admit that means that she doesn't have any idea of what consequences are. And that is just pure stupidity. That is human stupidity at its core. Listen, you can be evil all you want, but if you're gonna get caught for it, that makes you an idiot, right? Obviously, I'm not condoning any of what happens, and of course, like always, because somebody out there is going to say it, please don't harass anybody for these things. I'm being critically harsh, and that's about it. I don't think me calling somebody an idiot is as bad as going and doing whatever to them. But to piggyback off of that, the fact that she had no hand whatsoever in the participants of her talent show, which, by the way, who I was referencing, is notorious. I have to say alleged because there has been no definitive proof, but it is more than likely true. Alleged rumor and predator Striker Dawson, who is known, who is absolutely notorious and infamous for these types of things, and is a problematic person in the community, was allowed to participate in a talent show and given the time of day to have an award given potentially, and the people who call it out get banned instead, just shows the lack of care that goes into curating our community. I'm not going to pretend like I know all of the details. We have very little information, but a lot of accounts and testimonies, so you have to take it all with a grain of salt. But this more than likely happened. User at Bunny Queen, but the U is an X instead, is a victim, or at least claims to be a victim, of Striker Dawson, and brought multiple times to Filian's attention, to Filian's moderator's attention, to the attention of the entire server, that there was a predator in the server in the form of Striker Dawson. And again, all of these testimonies do not yet make the truth, but they do strongly suggest what kind of person Striker Dawson is. It turns out that the moderator in question never sent the DMs to anybody, not to the other moderators, not to Filian. Nobody got a hold of this, and instead, everyone who came into the server to bring it up were removed. And Filian did absolutely nothing about it. And I understand there is a fine line that you toe when it comes to things like this, but all it takes is one search, and one search only, to learn everything that you need to know about Striker Dawson. He is a bad person, and that is the truth. He is a awful, awful person. And I don't want to sit here and just claim all of these things without evidence, but it's really kind of driven away from the point. He is not a good guy, and I have dealt with him firsthand. But to not have any action taken and instead ban people who have brought this to your attention is wild to me. That just shows a lack of care for what happens. As long as somebody pays for your stuff, as long as they know their number on your screen, that's all that Filian really cares about. If you're not a close friend, you're nobody. And this can be true for a lot of VTubers. I'm not going to say that this is not a normal practice, but it really does show, when a matter of utmost concern, that a predator is in your server and can harm other people, and you do nothing about it, I think that kind of toes the line. It definitely does. I'm just gonna say it right now. It definitely well steps over the boundaries of what is okay. We have the situation, right? And there's not a lot to do about it. Filian is going to get away with it, and that is the truth. Lola, despite what other people may have said in my other video about her, is going to get away with it. FalseEyeD is going to get away with it, because all of these people don't have any repercussions for being that big. Making a quote-unquote small mistake like this, small for them, means that they can just walk away with more followers than last time, and nobody will be any the wiser. I personally hate this stuff, and that is why if you look down where I keep all of these videos, which is in videos that are important to me, or topics that are important to me, I talk about these things in great length, because this shit sucks. It's so stupid that I have to share a community with people like this, that I have to compete with idiots. I will be harsh. I don't care. These people are dumb in the worst ways possible. I don't even mean clumsy. I don't even mean, I guess, ignorant. Some of these people know exactly what it is, but they don't do anything about it because they don't think it's their problem. And then they can say whatever they want and it's okay. I just want an apology. I think a lot of people just want an apology for the person who she stole art from, for the people that she banned from her server or had banned, for bringing up important things like a predator in their server. I want someone to be an honest narrator, a newscaster, and actually cover these topics at length because they are important, more important than bullshit he said, she said drama. This whole situation alone. We have an edgy bit of racism. We have no accountability for your server and your community. And we also have straight up art theft. Like, somebody's model was ripped from VR chat so you could do your little fucking flips. Like, why do I have to compete with that? I know that drama wins. You know, that's why I cover this stuff. Drama wins, and it gets the most clicks. Why would you intentionally create it, though? It has never made sense to me. Maybe, and I've said this before, it is my brain, the way that it is wired. Maybe I don't get it, and I don't understand that some of these things, maybe they don't have consequences. Maybe that one artist whose feelings were hurt is just collateral in the way that you make money. I really don't know what else to say. Like, this is also why I didn't want to make this video, is I just don't know what to say. It is baffling. It is mind-boggling. Everyone has talked about this stuff at some point. And a lot of the stuff, you know, calling out the shit doesn't get a lot of views. It just doesn't do that, right? As opposed to the stuff that actually happened. I don't want to regurgitate information. I don't want that to be the only thing that I do. But this shit's stupid. I have to give you my opinion on that, you know? So, regardless, thank you for watching. I know that I've been doing a lot of different content. I've not been super consistent. If you like what you see, please leave a like down below. If you want to see more, please comment, actually, and subscribe, because then you'll get notifications. But I want you to tell me your opinion on this situation. Is this worth, you know, calling out? Is this worth talking about? Because a lot of people seem to have forgotten it in 3 days' time, even faster than I've seen in a long time. I have a motto on this channel, and it is forgive, but never forget. Because people will disappoint you more often than not if you forget. And if you forget, then you will forgive time and time again and never resolve anything. I think that we are at the point where Filian needs to issue an apology for things that have been said. And, well, that's pretty much it. As always, I will see you next time. Take care now. Mythic Talent is doing a lot, right? They got some great contenders. They have Fifi, they got Nuxtaku, they got Asmongold, they got FalseEyeD, they got Filian, they have Tectone. Honestly, at this point, I just feel bad for everybody else who has to share that wall of space. Like, what do you do when somebody that is problematic is right next to your portrait? Like, poor little Simple Flips down here, and we have a great guy surrounded by these terrible people. Why do talent agencies allow this stuff? It's terrible. Some of these people are awful, awful people, and I have to compete with that. I know that when you're in an MCN, you don't have to interact with anybody in it, but man, I would feel terrible if my portrait was right next to Feifei or next Taku. Who would I actually be next to? Hold on. I would actually be on the same line as Kenji, so it's probably not that bad. I don't really like Kenji either. Honestly, for a lot of these people, I don't like them. A lot of these people are not cool. Uh, some of these people are terrible. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna include this in the video, but whatever. So yeah.